What's up, everyone? I am Brent Gallagher, and today, if you've been tuning in on a regular basis there, we're working through the team. Today, we're going to introduce you to someone. Everybody else, I think you probably already know, but today, Miss Christina is with us, and she has been with us for all of, how long?
1 month.
1 month. She picked the best time to join the team, and right when we were shutting down, she was coming on board. So it has been a very interesting, I think, onboarding process, to say the least, for you here with us. But we have been in talks with Christina for quite some time, and we picked this date. I think it was last year we had talked about this, right?
Yeah, exactly.
It came down to this point, and then ironically, it all married up with the fun shutdown that we have going on right now. So Christina is going to kind of, I think, give a pretty interesting perspective for some of you who think that, you get your hands full, life is tough, you're in a different season of life. I think this will be a pretty candid conversation with someone, as we maneuver through things here. So look, I've already teed her up for some good stuff. So for all of you who are tuning in, now's the time to break out the pen and pencil and pen and paper and try to take some notes here for you. So we're going to watch her squirm a little bit as we go through all these questions. But first things up, we always ask everybody, hey, what are you trying to do right now to keep yourself healthy? But I think I want to kind of lead in with that. Like, help us understand kind of the family dynamic that you got going on right now.
Okay, so I have a 2.5-year-old and a 6-month-old. So I started working at Avenu a month ago, right when all of this started. So kind of juggling work, which I didn't have before, and the kids, and then my husband's now at home. It's been really fun.
So you got like 3 kids, right?
Exactly. He's my 3rd child, basically. But no, it has been fun, but it's been a lot of work. So the first few weeks, we didn't have the nanny, and that was exhausting. I really had to focus on, having a schedule, and not only my schedule, I had to also coordinate with my husband and say, when do you have calls? When can you watch the kids? When can I teach? So that was definitely new and weird to be doing, to have him around.
Right.
But so as far as staying healthy, I kind of veered off of the question, but I think just staying active and trying not to stress too much. I think, my mental health has been a priority. And physically, I think that I work out more with the kids, just like picking them up and taking them out and going on walks. So I haven't been prioritizing, working out as much.
Right.
And then we're cooking so much more, as I'm sure a lot of people are. So that's become a challenge. And I started doing this meal plan thing called Daily Harvest. And they send these little frozen cups, I guess. And you can just do smoothies, and they have little bowls of like cauliflower and rice, and they're so good. So that has been
that's awesome.
Yeah.
So I think it's pretty interesting as you talk about this. Everybody has said the same thing. For you, those of you who are listening, if you've listened to the previous ones there, everybody keeps talking about how they quickly refound a schedule for themselves. Even for a mom of 2 young ones under, I think you said 2.5 is your oldest. You think about, for young kids, it's such a hard thing to get and find that routine. And some days you're going to like, yes, they're going to go down at 10, they're going to go down at 2, and that does not happen. But what you've done is, I think that though you said that you may not have put a priority on working out, you've shifted your definition of a workout. Like, and that's all it is. Like, you have remained generally active. A workout is just being active. It doesn't come with the definition of, okay, I gotta monitor every single calorie. I gotta get the heart rate up and down. It's just general movement. And so I think that the great thing that you've done is you said, hey, I'm prioritizing my mental health, which out of all this stuff, if the mind is not right, it's going to wreak more havoc on your body than, if you sat on the couch all day long and, you ate nothing but bonbons and stuff. So I think what you've done has been a huge thing. And I think it's just so right for so many people, moms, whether you got young kids or dads, whether you're grinding away at work. It's like, during this time, she simply redefined what her workout is, and she's cutting herself a little bit of break and saying, hey, you know what, during this season, this is what's required of me and stuff. So
I'm trying not to obsess over it, like you said, but I have my little Apple Watch, and I
Yeah.
swear the days that I don't work out,
Yeah.
this thing tracks more calories, more miles than when I'm like actually working out. So
Yeah,
that's kind of
that's
fun.
the beautiful thing about it, because in a sense of, you're chasing around your kids, you're doing that out of the love, and I know sometimes it feels like a little bit of a job when you're doing that, but like you're doing things because you simply enjoy doing them. It's not something like, okay, I scheduled this set time, I got to go grind it away, and I've got to get this, this full, 2 miles, 3 miles, or 30 minutes, or an hour, or whatever. Like you're just
Yeah.
doing it because it's like it's part of who you are. It's not
Yep.
something that you just do. So but speaking of that, I know you have your challenges in there. I know you have your setbacks, and the little ones don't kind of follow that structured routine. But what has been a big struggle for you? I think it's maybe kind of an obvious question, but are there some just kind of some constant struggles that are kind of holding you back?
Yeah. So also, the kids and
Hmm.
having them around all the time and not going into work so they can just walk in or the 2.5-year-old can just walk in and be like, mommy, mommy. Um, so just, I think my patience has been a
Yeah,
struggle, just like
yeah,
trying to, you know, stay calm and stay flexible, I think has been important because like you said, no day is the same with
mhm,
kids that young. And I'm sure even with kids that are, even a little bit older, I mean, it's never the same. I don't know, what tantrum they're going to have. I don't know what time they're going to wake up. Speaking of, they're
right.
still asleep right now. But yeah, they haven't been, great with bedtime. And I think that it's been kind of a struggle because I'm a very structured person.
Yeah,
So making sure that I'm being flexible and trying to just kind of go with the flow sometimes has been hard, but I feel like that those are the days that work the best when I don't, stress about, okay, she's not, down for her nap. Like the other day we had a conference call and I was there holding the baby, just like, he's not going to sleep right now. He should
nope.
be, but he's not.
Nope.
So just kind of, getting out of a schedule and letting it be so
Yeah,
um, has been a struggle, but I feel like it's working for them,
yeah.
and I think that that's important.
Yeah, and I think if you're listening, I mean, I'm just trying to listen to a little bit more behind of what you're saying. It's like the key thing has been just a huge self-awareness piece on your side, just to say, hey, I do need a little bit of patience right now. I am a very routine, structured person. I know, Cassie and I are the same exact way. Again, if you've listened to these other talks, everybody on the team seems to be kind of the same way, very structured and routine, kind of people. But it is that point of going, hey, this is who I am. This is how, I like to kind of go about my day. And with that disruption, I'm okay with that for right now. This isn't my new norm. My new norm is not chaos. I'm not going to adopt this and then all of a sudden the house is a wreck and the kids are doing whatever they please. It's like, hey, right now in this season, this is what's going to be required of me. And I
Yeah,
need to cut
and
myself a little
definitely,
bit of slack.
yeah, and my husband's definitely like, he's very structured as well, and he'll be like, Camila just gets what she wants, and I'm like, okay, do you want to switch? And then you can tell her no. And like, she's eating, gummy bears, and we have
Right,
gluten-free cookies, but I think they're like gluten-free Oreos, but they're more
right.
delicious than a regular Oreo. And we buy those things, and she's just like in the pantry. Like, oh, it's
Right.
crazy. But
Yeah.
so managing his expectations has been a struggle too.
I can imagine. I can imagine. So speaking of managing expectations, you got someone who's listening to this right now that they were doing really well before the whole Corona stuff came down. And, right now, I think we're probably 44, 45 days into this as far as all the gyms being shut down, and someone right now is just kind of looking for a little bit of sense of hope and saying, hey, it can get better, but, but right now I just need to wait. I need to put everything off. What would you say to someone right now who's been in that kind of like a wait and hold pattern of I'll get back into it when the gym opens up again?
Yeah, and I've had, some people kind of say that to me, like, I'm just gonna wait until this is over. Well, I don't know, we don't know when it's gonna be over. We don't
Hmm.
know how things are gonna change afterwards. And I think it's important to just make the best of what we have right now. And I'm kind of that mindset where you have to take what's given to you and make the best of it. So when I started this, I said I'm having fun, but I sort of had like a sarcastic face. it has been fun. It's been a lot of work, but I'm trying to make it fun. I'm trying to look at the positive side of things. Like I have more time with my family. I'm at home a lot more and, having fun with the kids. So, just try to make the best of what you have. And you don't have to, do workouts. Like I said, just do something fun. Like
Right.
when we were kids, we played and we got outside and it was fun.
Yeah.
So I think just making the best of it is what we have to do, and
Yeah.
and just try to stay positive, and we'll be able to
Yeah.
hug each other soon, I'm sure.
One day. But I think what you said there is that rediscovery of play, that rediscovery that, I always like to say, I got a friend of mine that, we always talk about this, is let the world be your playground. And a sense to say that, when we were kids, everything was some kind of obstacle, whether it was something to climb on, jump on, skip on, hop over, whatever it was. Like, it was just part of who you were. Even if you were inside a grocery store, even if you're inside a department store or something, like, you just made play out of whatever you were doing. You didn't need a structured environment to do it. So what a great way to kind of like close this out, but just to go back and to rediscover that sense of play. Give yourself permission to say, hey, you know what, right now, it's not going to be 100% all in crazy intense stuff. It's just going to be a sense of play. And you never know that when you come out of this, you might have discovered something that truly helps this to be a sustainable thing, that is something you do not just for the next couple of days, but for the long haul. So Christina, thank you so much. Thank you so much for kind of, getting us at a good time before the kids could,
Yes.
jump all over you here and stuff. And then thank you too, as well, for all of you who are listening and paying attention to this. Continue sharing them up, continue passing them on. And again, we're working through the whole team. So if this is your first one to listen to, come back. There will be more of the team. And you never know, you might hear some kind of nugget of wisdom that you can hold against your trainers in the future. So thank you again for joining us.